see. Good morning. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Onetta. Good morning, Glenda. Good morning, Io. Happy New Year's. It's the second. I hope all of yours this New Year's Day and New Year's Eve went smashingly well. We we had a good New Year's Eve. I like literally stayed up until midnight, did our tradition, and like crashed. I have the hardest time staying at past midnight now. But I've always been a person that goes to bed at, and gets up early, so I don't know. Happy New Year's. Um, yeah. So I'm looking, there's so much stuff going on in the community, bag community. There's so many events that are about to pop off for the beginning of the first quarter and the second quarter. So many events that are about to be starting. And I'm just like so proud that the bag community is thriving right now. And I'm excited. I know that yesterday Lauren went live to talk about the summit. And I think you could buy your ticket to go to the summit this month, and then you could purchase classes next month on February 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really cool too. The way she explained the summit, it seems like it's going to be a really cool event. And everyone that can go there will get to meet a lot of people that they know online, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever you know them, and have a grand old time. Happy You made it till 10 and you passed out. I'm sorry, my dog is going off. Because my husband's off, but the kids are going back to school. So, like, they're confused right now because, like, we're all home, but they're going to school. So the dogs are like, what is going on? Like, my dogs do not like change whatsoever. Yeah, so there's that. And then I'm gonna be announcing this morning once I get off here that I think it's been announced to several different places and the people are aware that I'm going back to Cali. So on September 11th through the 14th, I will be in the Sacramento area at the Sac Bag and Sew Expo, and I'm teaching two classes. Actually, they're two advanced classes, and I'm excited. So it'll be in the fall. I'll be teaching two classes, and there's been several teachers been announced. We have Chris from Simply Classic. We have Jess for So Many Creations. We have Kathy from Cadill Patterns. We have a lot of people that are there. Oh, thank you. My big head's here.
Good morning, everybody.
He says good morning.
Was it the egg white thing?
Yes, thank you. You're the best. So, um, yeah, we are just we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun event. So if you're on the West Coast and you're saying, "Hey, none of these events ever are in our way," we're gonna be there. And I'm pretty excited. Um, I will be teaching at Lauren's in May. I am going to be teaching you two bags, and we should be able to complete the both bags. So I'm really excited about that as well. There's a little bit of teaching spots here and there. I have a little bit of conventions this year, and my prime focus is on my Patreon. And we have Nova's Sewing Society. It's like Nova's Secret Sewing Society. I wanted something fun. If you're not aware, that I have a Patreon, and every year I do a theme. Last year's theme was Camp Novi. This year's is a Secret Sewing Society. So the way I'm doing it is I was thinking long and hard of a theme, and I thought about how I would feel, how would if I can go back to talk to Shanova like 10 years ago, what would I like to tell her? What would I like want to know? I would like to have interviews with people and find out more things about business aspects, social media aspects, just Etsy, like just in general. So I have and like learning curves, like how different things I did not know you can do to a bag that can help with costs and labor, and people are attracted to that. So the way it is we're still going to do our modification. We have a three scheduled days of a bag we are going to pick, which I have to do the poll today for that. We're going to pick a bag, and then we have 3 days, not that are planned throughout the month strategically. One is going to be the first day is a breakdown of the bag and what modifications would go with that bag. Then the first part is the exterior. The last part is the interior and completion of the bag. Um, what else we're doing with that is I'm going to be interviewing a couple of different people every few months that can help people um, with different goals, whether they are inspiring to create patterns or they're inspiring to just get organized, if they're inspiring to have a business on a platform of on the internet, if they're inspired to put not an internet but have like a actual um, storefront business, to get people to speak about that. So the Secrets to So Anxiety is basically this small group of people that we are going to learn a lot from other people through interviews as well as just different stuff. The photography one is actually quite cool. My friend, who is a photographer, but her husband is a professional photographer, is going to be helping me help people take better pictures within the group. I'm really excited about that because when I first started striking, my pictures were abysmal. It was my friend who took my pictures and she taught me about aperture and when to take pictures and what settings to put on my phone that made me start taking better pictures and made me more acquisitive. So she helped me out in the beginning and then slowly I started learning more and more and more. And I feel like that one step got me into the right direction. And I always hear that people want to know how to take better pictures, and that is something we're going to be doing. And we're doing it this interviews in a different way. It's not going to be an interview. It's more like going to be a PDF. They're going to have a printable, tangible item where they can see what settings are on what kind of phone and what pictures I took like as a regular picture and what picture if she was to use certain applications that you can use on an iOS or an Android. Or Apple, whatever, or whatever's in your game store to help edit the picture to make it look better. So I'm really excited about this. Um, is this something that you have to bring to your own machine? The Sac Bag and Sew Expo. I'm not too sure. I have here. I'm gonna give you the website because I think it might be most expos is you bringing your own machine or you can rent one. It's not an industrial class by any mean. Of course, my tablet is like moving slow motion today. So here's the Saks website. And then I think they just started doing things on Facebook, but you can see how there's different interactions. I think there might even be a shoe class done by Tara from OO Creation. So I'm pretty excited because that's a class that I would jump onto in a heartbeat. Because every time I learn it, I it doesn't come out exactly how I want it to. So I would like to work with a professional like Tara, because Tara is like a master in all fields that she does. So this is their Facebook group, and I really recommend you to follow it because there's new information done every single day, and they're starting to talk about whose teachers are coming and what kind of classes, and she broke down yesterday how the VIP works. The VIP is a set amount, and with that, you get first choice on a class. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that on one class you pick, you can get one class off for 50%. The classes, I believe, are set at like 60%, $60. And you can buy a class kit from your it's up to the teacher if it's mandatory to buy a class kit and or if you can do things from home. Like for me, it's always open negotiation. You can do it from your home, but if you do it from your home, you have to come all the way prepared, because I'm not a person that does wait for someone to do cutting and stuff at the class. I'm very much like everybody needs to be ready. Let's go so we can finish your bag. So if you do, that's the only reason why I think a lot of people always do mandatory class kits, because sometimes people will be like, "Oh, I'm late, I forgot to cut it out," and there's some kind of, I don't want to say entitlement, but maybe that is it, where they want everybody to wait for them to catch up. And that's not fair to the others, like 20 students that have everything cut out, interfaced, and everything. So that's one of the reasons why I think some teachers do. Um, that's why I think some teachers are like, yeah, it's mandatory that you got have a class kit for me. I'm one of those people that I'm a little bit more open because I know that you may not have the money right then and there, but you may have money 2 weeks from now. As, so I most likely am going to create a separate video where I'm going to show you how to interface, and you can create your own kit. But with that being said, you must be able to bring that kit with you, whether you're on a plane, train, automobile, and have it ready, because I will not because I'm a person that as soon as we get in that class, we're working on those bags. Because my goal is for you to complete the bag, and my goal is for you to ask questions while we're working on the bag, and not ask questions about preparation because we already did that. So that's my end game. Anyone going to impression show on Long Beach of the month? Strong Beach? No, I'm not. I have a lot of family out there. So, and I'm going to, if you're interested, I know I told you information about the secret society, about my Patreon. If you ever have been interested in it and you just haven't got any information, I'm also going to put information in here. There are 4 tiers. I'm sorry, the thimbles, the seam rippers, the bobbins, and the rotary cutters. Each tier has something special, just for that. And the rotary cutters are a little bit higher. They have, we also make a matching accessory. Each group has something, and it's pretty cool. There's a level up class each month, and just different things. Like this month, level up class is going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. Good morning. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Amber. I like it. I think I put a lot into it. I'm Trust me, I'm not that person that like drops content and like disappears. I'm not saying anyone does that, but I'm active in my group. I'm super active, and I keep it 100%. There are people that ask me for modifications all the time on bags, and my YouTube channel is strictly by the book. I do everything according to the instructions in the book, so no one gets confused. The reason why I started Patreon is that when I was showing how to do modifications in a pattern, I had a lot of bad in feedback saying that that's not what the pattern said. So then it dawned on me that there are few select people that want to learn about how to modify, and that's how I became my Patreon. So my Patreon is strictly, we're deconstructing bags and making them our own. And that's my bread and butter. That's the one. Not only is it helping supporting my dreams financially, but also mentally, because that's where my mind goes automatically when I see a pattern. It's like, this is a gorgeous house. This is how I want to decorate it. I want to put a pool. I want to do this. I want to do that. And that's how I like to, I don't know. That's how I like to go. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I know. And that's why we do the so long. It's once a month. So we break it down in 3 different things. All the videos on there are recording while we're doing live, so you can watch them at your own leisure. Because I have a couple of members that I get people sewing stuff, and they sewed them from 2 or 3 months ago, and they're showing me, and it's at your own leisure. It's more not about finishing and completing the bag. It's more about like the modifications. Like, for example, we did the Mighty Messenger. The Mighty Messenger is I'm not going to say one of my favorite. It is my favorite messenger bag. I have made that bag like so much that I don't even pay attention to the instructions. But we were able to take the flap out of the front of the front and put it into the back exterior, so that it wasn't on the front, because it makes it incredibly difficult to top stitch all the way around evenly. So I also show them how to make a not like, it looks like a floating center divider, but it's not, and how to minus and how to take away pattern pieces, how do you add a pattern piece, and how you add seam allowance when you add or deduct pattern on a pattern piece. That to me was crucial because it will help you with any kind of adjustments that you have with any pattern going forth. So each time we do something and we learn different things, it's pretty cool. Like it's still one of my favorite, hands down, my favorite modification is the Bianca bag, and because anytime any of us make it, we get how did you do that? Because it looks exactly like the Dooney and Burke. That one's one of my favorite. In the everyday tote, we made it where the side seams there was no side seams. It just had zippers coming inside from the side, and that was really fun too. So learning that stuff is like that's my favorite thing to do. If if somebody wanted to hire me just to modify their patterns, I would gladly do that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's really crazy what we do with it. Like I already have I showed you guys on the 31st the dreamer bag from Fierce Kitten. I gotta tell you, I really like her patterns and they're financially really affordable. Um, I feel like they kind of remind me of like the swoon patterns. Like you can see the pattern pieces and you can just go. But this pattern's a little bit different from her rest of her patterns. You gotta have to pay attention to the pattern itself and follow it, because 1 minute you're showing a seam allowance at 1/4 of an inch, and then another minute it's 3/8 of an inch. So to have that gusset fitting like chef's kiss, you need to follow the directions. But as soon as I seen it, I already had like, oh my god, I'm going to put a cell phone zipper pocket in the top part of the zipper gusset, because the zipper gusset is really the zipper panel gusset is really wide, and because it's so wide inside of the bag, there's no pockets. And I know everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna put pockets in it. But if you made this bag, you'll notice how awkward it is to put pockets because it is so deep. So you would have to stick your hand in, unzip, and go out. And like it's like you would have to do like an S to get something out of there. So I understand, but this is we can use this real estate as something else by having a really cool pocket on the top, unzip and put the phone in there and then rezip. So I'm trying to work that out so that way I can show Patreon to see if that's something they would like to do. So I have a yeah, I did show the dreamer bag on the 31st. It is upstairs, and I would if my husband could hear me, hold on. Kendall, can you bring the blue dreamer backpack down here? Please. I know you're probably sitting down. Sorry. He heard me. This goes to tell you that I think they have selective hearing and not a hearing issue. Like Amber's like, I'm gonna vote yes on this. Like I have a lot of ideas for this because we are gonna have to change the lining gusset and the zipper gusset on one panel, but I think it'll be worth it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So this is mine. I automatically wanted to do the 3D one pocket because this is the same size as most lounge flies. So do you see how big this zipper gusset is? I want to put a zipper pocket that's from here to here, and so that way we're going to have the lining extend down on the bottom here, but we're going to be able to put our cell phone on the top. So we're going to do it, and then I'm also going to change these are mine. What I like the flaps, the ones I do, these have foam in it. I can't have just webbing. It's like another bra strap digging into you. There's just so I think this is cool. And I also think that this will be really cool if it came up and down so you can go into your phone or you get your goodies on the side, which will make it harder for somebody to take anything and it's up against your back. And if you have like a cord extender, if it zips down, you could probably go from your back and pull it down and grab your phone. But I thought another pocket just right up here from the lining unzip it and you could put your phone in would be super cool. Because you see how deep it is? It would be really weird to put a zipper pocket and then you have to go down. And it's very awkward. At first I was like, why doesn't she have pockets? And that's exactly why. So I think this is a really cute backpack. I think this literally, this backpack came out like a week ago. And I think this will be the backpack for 2025 because it looks just like the Loungefly. Like you cannot tell me it doesn't. And she has really good instructions, and I think it could be done on a domestic or straight stitch, a semi-industrial, industrial, whatever. Just knowing, you just need to know what fabric you have. So no, God, I wish that was my pattern. I can't write a pattern worth anything. I can probably work with someone that knows how to write a pattern and give you pattern pieces, but I don't write patterns. This is Fierce Kittens, the Dreamer Pack. She just came out with this. And if you're in my Patreon, this is the same person that we just did the Mighty Messenger. Yeah, so Fierce Kitten, she's like killing it. And the one thing you also gotta like about her, some of her patterns, when you purchase it, all the funds go to St. Jude's, and I'm like, how can you not purchase it? Like, like you gotta purchase it. So like you're doing something really cool. I love this bag and I really think it would be fun to modify it to have the zipper opening, having this closed and having an additional zipper right here to throw your cell phone in. And I think if you do that, this might be a really good bag to sell, as well as it would be really you I know the holidays are over, so this will be a really good thing to sell for spring and summer to families. Like, oh, you're going to a lot of theme parks. Well, I have like safety measures. You can put your cell phone in here through the side, or you can put your cell phone up here. Or if you're carrying your husband's or your kids' phones, they're in two different locations that will be safe. And if you put waterproof canvas in both of those locations, if they go on, like, let's say the Matterhorn, or they go on the Splash Mountain or something, there it's if it's made with waterproof canvas and vinyl, the chances of it getting wet is slim to none. So I even think you could put, like, go one step further and put like little straps down here and have it where like you can do like a clip across your chest if you're a smaller person, not for us big booty girls. So, but I think you can do that, and I also think this would be adorable for little pre kids, like preschool kids. Like, come on. But I think it's a perfect bag, and I don't know. I think as soon as I seen it, I was like, this looks like a lounge fly. How can I make it like level up? And that's, as the minute I made it, I was like, I want to put a cell phone pocket in there. Yeah, she's very talented, and a lot of people ask me, Shinova, I want to know more about uh like lasers, and I don't tell a lot of things about laser because there's a handful of people I know in the sewing community, and chances are you know them too, that lost everything from a fire from a laser. So I'm really cognizant of that, and I don't want someone to get something that doesn't have like fire safety control and all that. So I tell them to speak to Fierce Kitten because she's a different from just having one laser. She has multiple lasers. So I'm like, talk to her, look at her videos and see what she says. I'm nervous about that. The thing that I got from my laser costs a little bit, a lot for me, because it has a lot of safety in it. Like I have so much safety in it, it's not even funny. I had like air assist and just so many different safeties in it because I was so afraid that, I don't know, you should, like, yesterday I took like 2 hours to vacuum out the fans, and they weren't even that dirty. It's just I'm extra. Okay. So, she has a ton of videos on her YouTube channel. So if you are interested in lasers, then you might want to definitely talk to her because unlike me, I've only had one. And there's a lot of people that are on social media and a lot of designers who have them, but they only have one. Georgia's the only person I know that have multiple, so that she can give you a fair answer and give and talk to you, and like she's will talk to you about it. She's not a gatekeeper. What kind of laser? I like I said, I don't give any information out because I don't want someone to get mine and then something unfortunate happens, but I do give out I do say watch Fierce Kitten because she has several. Not well, I'm not saying one or two. She has tons of videos on different lasers and the pros and cons. I feel like like buying a laser is like buying a stove. You have to Everybody doesn't have a gas lit, or some people don't have an eight like the width of a stove and can't have a double stove or whatever. So I you have to do a lot of research. So definitely do a lot of research. There's so many different ones out there, but I think where I would set you off first, especially if you're a visual learner, is Fierce Kitten. Yeah. Jess is funny, dude. I can't wait to hang out with her and her husband in California because I think it's like I'm gonna call us chaos and mayhem. They're just funny. They're just real, and I really like that. So yes, yeah. So yeah, she does influence you for the newsletter. Just again, even if you get really hyped about it, once you get onto the website, list like go on there, Google it, and I would look for different reviews because sometimes thing can have the best reviews ever, but then if you go into the Better Business Bureau or if you go onto YouTube or TikTok, you might get different reviews. Like, dude, this is a piece of what, like, and you got to figure out why. It's important. It's a big purchase, so make sure if you're going to put your money into something, make sure you research that thing up and down and sideways. So up and down and sideways. So I don't know. I have one more thing I want for my room. Kindle's probably like, what? I like there's this clicker thing that I want for that for leather work. But other than that, and I'm drooling over I don't know if you've seen that Georgia Girl Stitch has like a strap maker for leather. It's like there's no reason for me to have that. I don't make enough leather bags, but I'm like so intrigued with those strap makers. It's not even funny. They, like, have beveled stuff on the side, like, you there's a they have a lot of cool features, but yeah. So, but that is all I have for you today, my friends. I am going to drink my coffee, eat my protein bacon egg bites, and finish cleaning. And I think I might cut out the Can Do reporter. I got these three colors together, and I think that they will look really nice. So it's like a mauve color, and this is a Pikachu. They're all like on dinner plates, and I was going to throw it off with a little bit of this um it's not dry oil skin cotton. I thought these colors would look really good together in that Candy Reporter. So you know what? With me, it's like time to start crunch down for convention season. So I thought this will be cute, and I think whoever gets it will like it. So now it's just a matter of do I go rose gold because it's all pink, or I have to go rose gold because I feel like if I go, I have to either go rose gold or antique. That's the hardest thing when you have pink. It's pinks and red, like certain colors just don't look good with it, hardware wise. Rose gold. Okay. Thanks. Oh yeah, you could do it. You can start selling. You could do it. I'm telling you, believe in yourself. You got this. Thank you. You agree with rose gold? All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful Thursday. All right.